Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Please, I will appreciate if you can run through pivot table
Okay.
to have a better understanding of it and the usefulness.
Fullness
Secondly,
of pivot table.
I watched the slicer. I
Okay.
watched it.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, I couldn't make anything out of it. It was like you were playing this word card when you were shuffling those small tables. So I
Okay.
don't know if there's a way you can explain it better,
Okay.
a
The
better
pivot
understanding.
table, right?
Thank you.
Okay. No problem. We'll talk about the pivot table. Okay, it's fine. Okay, let's quickly move on. Let's talk about VLOOKUP. Then from VLOOKUP, we move to pivot table. We talked about pivot table. So let me just arrange my screen. Okay, so I won't spend a lot of time on VLOOKUP then, so I'll just move to pivot table because nobody actually answered, so it's just one person. So I will insert, for those of you that are new, please go through that recorded video. It's just like the same way I said it last time. So right here, I'll get name, gender, city, and country. So right here, we have the name, that is the customer's name, and we have the customer's gender, the gender, gender, and we have the city and the country. All right, country. Okay. Then after that, I will get the selling price, and the cost price. I will get it here. Okay. Now I believe we should all have these data sets, right? So let's get the gender. So why we use VLOOKUP? I won't use VLOOKUP. Let me use XLOOKUP. I believe XLOOKUP is more faster and more understandable than VLOOKUP. So what we use XLOOKUP for is to get how did I put this one here? Okay. So probably in our next class we talk about charts, right? But let's talk about VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, and pivots. So right here we will get the customer's name using the XLOOKUP, and what we will use to get the customer's name is the customer ID. So for every customer, they have an ID, right? So there is an ID for every customer. So like this customer 1001, the name is Cornelius Java, Male, Tokyo, and Japan. That is the information number 101. We have this one here. This is where we have all our customers' name. And here we have their order. They gave us their ID, just like the identity number, right? Just like the identity number. So we will use the identity number to get the name, the gender, the city, and the country. So we'll use that. So I'm going to say, I'm going to just, I'm going to say, I'm going to use XLOOKUP for that. So I'm going to press equals to XLOOKUP, right? What we are looking for is the customer ID. We are looking for the customer ID. So where are we going to see the customer ID? We are going to see it in this customer sheet. So I'll select where I'm going to see the customer ID as my lookup array. And I'm going to choose the full name for the customer. I'm going to choose the full name here. I'm going to choose the full name as my return value, what I want it to return. So I'll close the bracket and press enter. So then what I'll just do is copy this down and we're good to go, right? We just get that out. We just get that. We just get the customer's name. I'm going to do something here. Just going to the next together to play something. So let's do it like this. Okay. So the next one I want to do is to get the gender, right? So I'm going to use X lookup equals to X lookup, because I want to move fast to what is the name? The pivots. That's the question the person asked. So the X lookup, I will select the customer ID, right? Then I'll come here and choose the customer ID right here, because this way I'm going to put the customer ID and I'm going to bring in the gender. I will close my bracket and press enter. So this will give me the gender. I'll just copy this down and left align it. So for the city, I will do the same, equals to X lookup, right? What we are looking for is the customer ID, comma, and we'll just come to customer. We will choose this one. We get the city, close my bracket and press enter. So this will give me the city. Right here, I'll just copy this down and I will left align it. Someone say, please, what is the difference between X lookup and V lookup? I'll explain that probably later after the class, right? So let me get this country, right? This country. So say equals to X lookup, right? Our lookup value will still be the same thing, which is our customer ID, comma. We just come here, select this, and we have the country in this sheet. It's going to get me all the country. I'm going to left align it. So I need the selling price and the cost price. So what I'll do is, I have the selling price right here. This is where I have the selling price. This is where I have the selling price and the cost price, right? So I have it right here. So I'll come here now. I'll come to this order. Now we use the product to get the selling price and cost price. I'll say equals to X lookup, right? So what we are looking for is the products, and we are looking for it in this table, right? From here to here, I'll just lock this table. Rather. I'll choose this one. So I will lock this one. I will lock it. Then I will press my comma. I'll go back here. What I wanted to return is this selling price. I will also lock the selling price. Then I will close my bracket and press enter. Oh, wow. Why is the issue? He said there's an error in my formula. Okay, there is an error in my formula. Let me clear the formula and bring it back again. So equals to X lookup, right? What we are looking for is this product, and it's going to see it right here. And we want it to return the selling price. So I'm going to lock this. I'm also going to lock this. Now close my bracket and press enter. Yep. So why did you now give me error before? Don't mind Excel. So let's move ahead to the next one. What I'll just do is, I'll copy this formula. I'll just copy it and I'll paste it here. So let me check the column we have the cost price. Madam Olarunke, welcome. I know I've offended you guys in your group. Don't mind me. I have actually offended you. Sorry for that. This will be C and this will be C. So I press enter. It's going to give me the cost price. Okay. Now, just like, how do you log the formula? Okay. How do you log the formula and why? Okay. I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it one by one later. Just watch what I'm doing, because what I want to do is I'm going to pivot straight. That's why I don't want to waste time. And I will get my profits. Profits. Thank you. So I'm going to explain everything. Just watch. Just let's continue with this one. Mr. Saleh, welcome. Send X lookup value horizontally. Um, so say equals to our total cost price will be the selling cost price multiplied by quantity. So I'll press enter, and I can come here. So pivot table, we can't cover everything in this class. So our cost price, our selling price will be the selling price, total selling price will be the selling price multiplied by quantity. Then I'll just come here and copy this down. So our profit will be the total selling price minus the total cost price. So I'll press enter, then right here, I'll press enter, then right here, I'll just copy this down. So I want everything from here to be currency. So now we've been able to arrange our master data. So we've been able to arrange our master data, and I want to put everything in a table. I want to put everything in a table. So put in a table. So for me, I don't like working with it directly. I love putting it in a table so that I'll be able to analyze it very well. You get? So I'll put everything in a table so that I'll be able to analyze it very well. I think in the last webinar, I showed some people how to put some things in a table, but I believe that video still explains it more better than this one. So if you are just joining us for the first time, I will really recommend you to go through that video so that you'll be able to understand all we are doing. Because right now, it will look like magic to you. Where can I get the data? You have the data in the link sent to you now on the Ultimate Excel. You can get it there. But probably after the class, I will show you how to get the data. So now I'll put this in a table. For me, I don't like going all around here and start. If I come to insert and I choose tables, this is like wasting of time for me. So what I just do is I'll press Ctrl T. If I press Ctrl T will put it in a table for me. The keyboard shortcut to put it in a table is Ctrl T. So I'll just press Ctrl T, and I'll make sure that this box is selected, that my table has headers. So I'll just okay, and we are fine, right? So then I have put this in a table. So if you see here, I have my table name, right? So I'm going to change this. We are not talking much about table today because we are going to pivot table direct, right? We are going to pivot. So I'll just name this practical. Name this table practical. Practical. Then that's the name of the table. So now to put it in a pivot, what we basically use pivot to do is to summarize our data, right? And there's this thing in pivot that we call recommended table. So probably in another class, I'll show you how recommended table works. Is basically what recommended table will help us do is to just help us to bring all those help us to populate the tables. It's going to help us to recommended pivot rather. So it's going to help us recommend populate some pivot information. So that is what recommended table will do for us. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Are you still with me? Hello? How are you? Okay. Okay. Mr. Moses, Mr. Saleh, you are still here. These people don't want to go. They don't pass you. Mr. Saleh and Mr. Moses, they have gone beyond this point too. Well, no problem. Enjoy. Okay, so what I'll just do is right here, I'll come here and click on summarize with pivots, right? Control T will put it in the table. So I will come here and I will click on this summarize with pivots. This summarize with pivots, right? So if I click on summarize, so it's going to help me to, so this is my table, right? So this is the name I gave to the table. This is the name, I gave the name pivots to the table. So this is the name. And for me, I don't like having a lot of work on the same sheet. So if you like, you can add it to your existing worksheet, but I don't like having it on the same worksheet. So I rather prefer it to be on new worksheet. And also, if you are going further, you can actually analyze multiple tables. You can analyze multiple tables, right? That is part of advanced pivot. So you can add it to data model. So if you are going into advanced pivot, you can create a relationship between two pivots and the like, between two tables. You can create a relationship, but probably that will be in another class. Add this to data model. So this advanced, we are going into power pivots, right? You want to write your DAX formula in Excel, but let's say you are going into VBA, right? That's the aspect we are going to talk about here. But for now, we can still make do with this one. We can use this to create our dashboard, but we are good to go, right? So I will click on new worksheet. I'll make sure that the new worksheet is selected. Then I'll click on OK. So it's going to bring out something like this for me. So I want to officially welcome to the pivot table interface, right? So for those of you that have been hearing pivot table, this is where we build our pivot. This is where we build our reports. This is where we do our analysis, right? Now, this point right here, they call it field, and you can move it around. Though. You can actually remove it and move it. You can move your field around. You can move your field or you leave it right here. And if I mistakenly close it, if I close it, right, I'll click on field list. So if I click on field list, I'm going to bring it back again. Close it, you click on field list, then you have your field information right here, and you can actually move your field out. You can move your field out, close it, click on field list, you have your field here. But I don't like moving my field out because I believe this is what works better for me. But if it doesn't work better for you, you can play around with it. You can just move it out and enjoy, right? And enjoy it there. But for me, I don't like working with it like this. So I'll just put it right here. So let's say you mistakenly close this. Just click on field list. Field list is going to bring it out for you. You can open this, you can resize it, you can close it, you can move it around and it's good to go. Right? Okay. Now we have our field, right? And under the field, we also have areas. So we have the filter, we have the columns, you have the rows, and you have the value, right? You have all this. You have the filters, the columns, the rows, and the value. You have here. So, but these are data analysis. We will soon, for those people that are in this our batch 3 of data analysis, this is what we will soon get to this place, probably tomorrow, for those of you that are in class, in data analysis class. So, and I believe Madam Olaronke is still here, right? Madam Olaronke. My mommy, Madam Tinuke is not here. My mommy is not here. Oh, my mommy. It's only me, Madam Olaronke that is here. All the way from US. I'll come and meet you very soon. So now, what I'll do here is, let's say I want to see the order by the gender, right? So I need the order by the gender. So I need the product and the profit, right? So I want to know the products I want to know the total profit for each gender, right? So the total product profit for each gender. So I can pick my product, right? I can drag down my product to the rows. So I have all my products out here in the rows, right? I have them here in the rows, right? And I can pick my, let's say I need my profit right here. So I'll pick my profit right here and drop it here. So I have my products and the profits, right? So, and let me actually remove this check. So let me bring I'm trying to get so I'll bring the gender right to the column. So the gender will be female, male, and grand total. I'm still coming back to how to turn on your grand total here and up. So now I have the product, gender in my column. This is the column. So this is female, male, and we have the one that is LA, right? That is, they did not specify their gender. Then let me pick my profit from here and drag it down here, and put it in value rather. So I put it in value. So right here, you can see it's going to show me the subtotal here. For product one, right? For product one, this is the total profit for female, and this is the total profit for male, right? This is total profit for female, and this is total profit for male. We have some that are NA, they are under product 4, so they do not specify, right? So this is the total profit for each gender for product 1, right? This is the total profit for product 10. This is the total profit for product 2. And down here, we have profits for the grand profit, so which is this one. This is like subtotal, this is subtotal, and this is the grand total right here. So I have the total profit for female with 14,607, and I have the total profit for male, which is 12,754. Are we still together? Who has questions? Raise your hand if you have questions. Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. For all those people that have already asked questions, I'm going to attend to them later. But for now, if you have questions with what I did here, just raise your hand. Ah, my Daddy Akiboro, long time. Long time. I did not see you in our SQL class. Hey, Daddy, what happened? Hope there is no problem. My uncle Chikezie Anthony. Uncle Chikezie. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
My boss.
Boss, good evening, sir.
Good evening, oh, my boss.
So, please, I want to ask, why are we having 0.5? Is there any human being that is happening?
Is there any human being that is happening?
Under the column of male.
Yes. Yeah, right here, right? Which is product.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's no human being that is up. Now, this one is not showing us the count of gender. What it's showing us is the total profits made from this product, from product 10.
Okay,
so let's say this will be 1,123.50 kobo. Do you get?
Okay.
So we have some product that okay, their prices, let's say their selling price is let's say $4.5 or something, right?
Okay.
So that is that. Thank you.
Okay, I was actually thinking that this column of male, that what we have here, this 12,754.5 are the total of male.
No, not total of male.
Okay,
not total of male, the total of profit. Don't worry. In data analysis, we will get there this week, right? We have class tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, right? So we get it. Can we get the recorded videos? Yeah. Nana, I have Nana that is raising hand. Daddy, hope there is no problem. Long time, I did not see you in our class. Nana, he's a mute. Is it Nana? He's the one that actually raised. Is it he or she? Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. All the way from Ghana.
Yeah.
I know.
Is this one the table for the Excel?
This is pivot table.
Okay.
This is pivot table.
Okay. So we are finding the sum of profits, right?
Yes, the sum of profits for each gender and for each product. So like now we have product one. The total profit for female for product one is 3,006.
Okay.
Right? And the male is 3,320.
Okay. Okay. And the grand total, right?
Yes, the grand total.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Because
what?
I was late, so you start before me, so.
Okay. Welcome on board.
Okay, so I will still follow. Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Daddy. Good evening, sir. Please unmute. Daddy Akinboro. Daddy, good evening.
Hello.
Sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great, sir. Long
yes,
time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I missed a few classes. I will catch up.
Okay, no problem. So I was surprised when I got to class on last week Saturday and Monday, and I did not see you in class. I know you know this class.
Yes, I traveled out of town.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move ahead. What are the things that we can also do with this? What are the things that we can also do? I can put, okay, Uncle Chike is here. Okay, you drop your hand. I can also do something called filter, right? I can filter them by the country. So I can put the country right in filter. So if I put the country right in filter, and right here, if you check up here, you see the country is still selecting all, right? It's selecting all the countries. So I can do something like, I can bring it down and select Canada, right? So if I choose Canada and I click on OK, so it's going to show me the total sales for Canada, right? You can see product one, we don't have any sales for female, right? But we have sales for male. Product 10 also, we don't have any sales for female, we have sales for male. And product 2, we have for female, we don't have for male. So right here, I know that, okay, product 1 in Canada, female don't buy product 1. Product 10 also, female don't buy product 10. They only buy product 2, whereby male doesn't buy product 2, right? Here I have the 2 gender, which is product 6. The 2 gender are buying them. So I will know, okay, let's say I want to focus my advert now. Right here, I can know, okay, right here with this product 1 and product 10, right? Someone is asking, Celestina, I'm Lot, which class is Saturday? And you're supposed to be part of that class. Are we supposed to be a part of that class? You are going to understand everything today. Don't worry. You're going to understand everything. So right here, I want to focus my my attention on I want to run adverts, and I want to know the gender that is performing very well. Right here, you can see that, okay, I want to run adverts to the people in Canada, right? And right here, you can see that product 2, product 1, and product 10, I don't need to focus my advert on female, right? I can focus on male because in Canada, it's only male that are buying our products, right? Okay, this is I think 2010 to 2016 data set. And from 2010 to 2016, none of the female in Canada order product 1 and 10. So right now, I know that, okay, product 1 at 10 and 10, people, the gender, the female, don't use them. And they only focus on product 2. Now, if I want to run adverts for product 2, I know the gender to focus on because it's only female that orders product 2 and product 9. So I can only advertise this to female, and all others from product 1, 10, product 3, product 5, and product 8, right? I can focus on male, right? But for product 10, I can focus on both gender, and even you can see that female are product 6 rather, female are performing better than male, right? you can see these are some quick analysis. And if you know, for those of you that are in data analytics class, the definition of data analysis is you use data to predict information so that companies can use it to make good prediction, right? And right now, if you see, let's say this country now, these are the list of products they are selling, and they want to do promotion to people in Canada. They know the gender focus on, right? So they know the gender to focus on, right? Okay, let's see, probably US. So let's search for USA. So let me pick USA now, so that I will know. So USA, you can see that, okay, all the products, we have both gender that are using the product, right? And you can see for product 1, we have male that is performing. Sorry, I just mistakenly opened it, so I'm going to delete it. Thank you, I don't need it. I want to delete this. Let me move this out. Delete, thank you. Okay, so why am I pressing? Okay, so right here, you'll see that right now, for my male, right, for male gender, product 1 is actually performing better than product 8. And we have about like extra 50% increment, right, of this gender, right? I can do another thing. I can bring my profit again to this place, to the value. So if I bring my profit again to this value, right, to this place, so I can now show it as percentage. So if I right click on it, I'll say show value as, right? Show value as the percentage of grand total. So it's going to show the value as the percentage of grand total. And right here, you can see that for product 1, for female, right? We have the grand total, which is the percentage of, for product 1, female generates 8.19%. Then male generates 15.93%. And we can see for our total profit, 46% goes to female, whereby 53%, let's say 46% and 54% approximately go to male. I'm not sure if you are getting it. I can actually double click. So if I double click on this, if I double click, I can rename it. So I'll just say gender, I'll just say male percentage. So I'll change it to male percentage, and I'll click on OK. This will be, I'll double click on this. This will be female percentage. Let me see if you allow me to. Okay, I'll just change it to gender percentage. I'll just change it to gender percentage. Gender percentage. Don't allow me to do that. Okay, now you can see this is for male, right? This is for female, and female generates 46%. Someone said I should redo. Okay, let me remove this. I have this, right? I have this. Are you following me? Are you following me, or you are alone? Are we still together? Emanuela and Victoria. You have 2 people using one. Emanuela and Victoria. Are you still with me? Someone said I'm lost. Madam Thierry said she's lost. Are you just joining us for the first time, right? Or have you gone? You should have started going through the video. How many of you are still with me? Oh, someone said she's lost. Oh, we are going to attend to the question one by one now. Nobody is there. Are you still here or not? Just watching. They are lost, right? For those of you that are just joining for the first time, you know I said this is going to be a support system, right? For those of you that are just joining for the first time, I know you might not understand this, but just start going through the recorded video. And Mr. Saleh, you cannot tell me that you are lost now. If you don't want us to fight, a whole analyst himself Mr. Saleh cannot tell me that he's lost. I know. We are together. Tijani, Miriam, we are here, right? Okay. Now let's go. Now, if I pick my profits and drop it under this value again, right? If I drop it under value again, right? So what I can do is, you see, show me sum of profit 2, sum of profit 2. Your first time also, okay. If this is your first time, don't worry. You should have started going through the video. Once you start going through the video, you will get to this point. You don't have to just rush yourself. This is just a support system, right? So if you don't understand, I don't have any problem coming back to class and we take it. That's not a problem. We call it support system, right? So just watch what we are doing. You will get used to it. Welcome to the family for those of you that are just joining us. For the people that are that has been in the family for a while, they know how we roll, right? So where did you get the dialog box by out? By our right. This one. This dialog box, I showed you earlier, except you are just joining. I showed earlier that we call it field, right? We call it field. And if you click on your pivot, you come to pivot analyze. If you come to pivot analyze, if we click on this field list, if you click on field list, you'll see that right here, we have it. This is where you do your analysis. So I'm going to bring this. Okay, I've actually dropped it. So now, if I click on this and right click, if I right click on it, right, I can come here because I want to summarize it. I want to change it to percentage, right? I want to change it to percentage. So I will right click. If I right click on it, I will right click on it and say show value as percentage of the grand total. Percentage of the grand total. So it's going to show me as the percentage. So you can see right here, we have male and we have female, right? With sum of profit 2, sum of profit 2. So I'm going to rearrange this to this way. So right now you can see the total profit generated by the female. The female contributes 46% of all our income, right? Of all our profit. The female contributes 46%, while the male contributes 54%, approximately, right? Approximately 54%. Because if you round it up, you have 54%, right? So this is how you generate this. This is for USA. This is for USA. Now let me select all. Let me just select all and see. So if I select all, you will see that the thing has dropped. In USA alone, female generated 46%, while male generates 53%, just in USA. But now, overall, in all countries, in all the countries, you can see that right here, female generated 53% of all our profit from all the countries, right? Female generated 53.3%, while male generated 46.6%, right? So female generates 53%, while male generates 47% of all our profits. Are we getting this? So there are still a lot of things. That that we can do with this pivot. So there are still a whole lot of things we can do, right? Another thing we can do is, you can see we have relationship here, but that is another, that will be in another class. That is in, we are going through data analysis and the like. So you can see that we have this, right? This is what we do have. Now, another thing I can do, I can remove this country from filter and put it in something called slicer. A slicer is the graphical, is the virtual representation of filter. Are you with me? A slicer is the virtual representation of filter. You can see right here, we have filter, right? So if I pick my slicer, if I just click on slicer, I can say, okay, I want to see the country, right? So I'll click on OK. So if I click on OK, If I click on OK, I have this thing right here. Let me close it. I have this thing right here, right? This is our slicer. This is our slicer. We call this slicer. So we can actually use this we can represent our data in this. You can say this is UAE. This is UAE, right? I can go to South Africa and see South Africa, this is the amount they are generating. I can go to South Korea, right? And see that in South Korea, it's only female that buys our products. Just in South Korea, we don't have any male that buy the product. And we have product 2 and product 3 that sells only in South Korea. Now, I can tell my company that, okay, in South Korea, because of the quantity that we have here in South Korea, let's cut off all other products except for product 2 and product 3, right? Let's cut off all other products because it's just like a waste of transportation, taking our product to South, taking product 1 to like product 5, product 1, apart from product 2 and product 3. Taking all other products there, it's just like a waste of transport because South Korea doesn't buy those products, right? So they only purchase product 2 and product 1, right? Someone said, where do you get it on where do you get, Miriam, where do you get it on the main bar? The menu bar. The menu bar. Okay, is it the slicer? I'm going to close the slicer again. I'm going to delete the slicer, right? So if you click on your pivot, you come to pivot analyze. You come to pivot analyze, right? You'll see right here under filter, you have slicer, insert slicer. So if I click on insert slicer, I can select something. I can select my country. If I select my country and click on OK, it's going to give me this slicer. Apart from slicer, let's say we want to deal with date. We have another thing called timeline. We have another thing called timeline, right? So we have another thing called timeline. So I can insert timeline here. So if I click on timeline, so timeline only works with dates. So if you have a date, right, you can use timeline for your dates. So if I click on date and okay, so it's going to give it to me like this. It's going to give me something that looks like this. Right now, I can see this is 2023, right? I can see the sales for 2023. This is 2022. This is 2021, right? So let me move down to, you see where the data started. Start from 2010. So let's say I want to see all the sales for January in 2010. Let me see the gender that ordered the products in January 2010. So if I click on January 2010, you can see I have a female, right? I have female that, and their grand total for profit is $176, right? It's $176. Didn't quite get total. You move from the profit agenda to sum of the profit. No, it's still profit by gender. So it's showing me the total profit by the gender, right? It's showing me the total profit by the gender. Do you get? So it will sum it up. It will sum all the products for each gender, right? It's going to sum all the products for each gender, right? This is the sum of the product for female gender, and this is the sum of the product for male gender. This is the percentage of products for female gender, and this is the percentage of profit rather for male gender, right? And this is January 2010. So if I move to February 2010, it's going to show me this information. If I move to March 2010, it's going to show me all this information. But now let's say I want to do something. There are still more things to this one, to what we can do. There are still a whole lot of other things to what we can do in Pivot. This is just like a basic introduction to pivot table. We can't cover all the pivot table in just one class, right? This is just like the introduction to pivots. There are still a whole lot of other things we can do with pivots. A whole lot of other things we can do with pivots. So this is just the basic introduction. We can do a whole lot of other things with pivots. A whole lot. There are a lot of other things that we can do with pivots. A whole lot. There are more things we can do with pivots. Do you get? There are a lot of things we can do with pivots. A whole lot. Right? So we can create all this one in pivot table. Right? We are still going to talk more about pivot. We can't finish everything in one class. We can't finish everything in one class. I'm going to attend to question in a moment, but before attending to question, right, I have someone that would like to speak with us from Digital World. For all our students, they know we normally get our feedback. So like on monthly basis, we get feedback from the students. And based on your feedback, this class usually hold on by every Friday by 7. But based on your feedback, we've moved it to 8 p.m., right? So that it can be more comfortable for you. So we still want to get more feedback from you guys so that we can know what to do better, right? Which one works better for you. So I'm going to allow Mr. Lex to join us and get the feedback. And after that, I will give him like 10 to 15 minutes for him to get the feedback. Then after that, we will continue to answer questions. Mr. John is raising hand already, but we will continue to answer questions in a moment after, let's say, short break. So have your time with Mr. Lex.
Okay, good evening, guys. I'm super excited to be here. For those of you that have never met me before, you don't know me, my name is Lex Olowu. And I'm one of the partners here at Digital World Tech Academy. So what I want to do today is very, very simple and easy, right? So what I want to do today, I want to get a quick feedback from those of us that have been in the course for a while so far, right? So quickly, I just wanted you to share your experience, what you have been doing so far, how has the training been going, questions that you might have, things you want us to work on to improve your experience, especially those of you that have been here for a while. You have been in this support system for, let's say, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and you have got to know so many things that have been happening. You have watched the course, the recorded course, you have watched the recorded course, you have questions about some of the things that you feel can improve the experience. Now, what Digital World Tech Academy is trying to do is we're trying to give you the best experience you possibly can have, right? And in doing this now, we're going all out to make sure that we get your feedback. So quickly, I just want you to raise your hands if you would like to speak. Now, if also you want to drop an appreciation, a recommendation, you are happy about the course, you're so happy about the course, you would want us to drop, you just want to say something about it, how much you appreciate what we are doing here, you can also raise your hand. So anything at all you want to talk about, a complaint, a recommendation, an appreciation, and an idea you would want us to implement or anything. So quickly raise your hand and I'll ask you to unmute so that you can speak, right? Quickly raise your hand. Raise. Okay, let me attend to JB. Now, if your hand was raised, I'll lower all the hands. If your hand was raised for asking data analysis related questions, right? You would ask your question when Mr. Akin come back, right? I'm just taking questions about your general experience about the course right now. So if your question is about the general experience so far, quickly raise your hand. Let me allow you on. Let me allow you to unmute quickly. Okay. Okay, John. Mr. John, you can go ahead. John, you can unmute. Yeah.
Thank you. Good evening.
Mr. John,
you can hear me from there.
Mr. John, your network is bad.
Can you hear me?
Okay, it's a bit better. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's better now. Go ahead.
Is it audible now?
Yes, it's audible now.
Is it audible enough?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, you know what, Mr. John, type your question.
This is my second time joining this class, and I can tell you categorically that
Mr. John, sorry, please type your question.
it's not clear enough.
It's
The audio
not.
is not clear enough.
Yes, it keeps breaking. It keeps breaking. Sorry about that. Please.
All right, let me drop it in the chat box.
Please, yes, do that. Drop it in the chat box. Thank you very much. This is Abdul Gaffar's iPhone. Abdul Gaffar, can you unmute?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I want to show an appreciation and probably not also an idea. But first and foremost, thank you for your time, at least, to enlighten us, because I wish I had been part of this family years ago instead of just joining now, because it just looks like learning is kind of a little bit, strange to me, because I've left anything learning a long time ago. So picking it up is quite difficult for me, because I find it difficult to at least assimilate one or two things, but at least I'm still catching up with the previous classes. So I wish I had been part of this family earlier than this. At least maybe I would have keep up with the trends, but at least it's not a total waste of time, actually. Yes, it's never. At least, even if this class ended, at least I can still resubscribe again, at least to start again, not until I finally fulfill my goal and at least know that, okay, yes, I'm also an analyst, an Excel perfectionist, at least, because learning is continuum, like they say.
Yeah.
So now my idea is I don't know if Digital World Academy can have a one-on-one class. Maybe if there is any individual that is interested.
Yes,
in
we do one-on-one class. If you're interested in a one-on-one class, it's more costly, but but we have it.
Yes, I definitely know it's going to be a little bit costlier than the group, because there are some people that would prefer a one-on-one class. Even as I'm speaking, people would nod their head for a one-on-one class, because that way at least they can follow at their own pace and at least ask questions.
So if you want, we are currently training over 17 people in one-on-one class. So if you want a one-on-one class, all you just have to do is to send any of the admins a DM. You can send Mr. Akim a DM or any of the admins a DM that you would like to register for the one-on-one class. And once you do that, they will reply you and they'll tell you how to go about it. It's easy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, you're welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So JB, let me take JB. JB, you can unmute. JB.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Just to show my appreciation for the lecture.
Yeah.
It's actually much more than what you paid for it. You just keep it up. God will reward you. On the other hand, I would appreciate that immediately after each class, you should make the recorded video available.
Okay.
You can imagine that the last class we had up till now, we have not gotten the video.
Oh, that's no.
Yeah. Even this one we are having now, most times we don't get the
recording
time. We get it, the recorded video. Don't get it on time. So kindly see how you can do so that, like today is Friday,
recording.
Tomorrow indeed we should get it so that we take time.
Latest the next 24 hours after the class. Okay, yeah. Okay. That's well noted. Thank you very much for that observation.
All right.
Thank you very much. Okay. So somebody say you cannot hear me. Please, can you just drop in the chat box? Somebody say you cannot hear me. It does not connect your audio. Can somebody please just tell the person to connect his audio? Connect your audio. The person that cannot hear me. Dominic. Let me just type it here. Your audio. Right. Somebody says he cannot hear me. Okay, let's go. JB, I've attended to JB. So let me talk to Ayo. Ayo, hear me? Ayo, hear me? You can go ahead. You can unmute.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Actually, let me start by first of all appreciating the knowledge base of the facilitators. I can see that they are very, very knowledgeable in the chosen area of this Excel and other stuff. I actually joined the program like about 3 weeks, and unfortunately, the first 2 weeks, I couldn't participate in the training due to one reason or the other. So I actually want to request, the video was shared, the videos, wherein we need to watch, learn, and come to the support group to come and ask questions. I couldn't get those videos.
Till
so
now?
I wouldn't know if yes. So I wouldn't know if
if you are here now, the videos was, you have the videos. The link you got that brought you here, that brought you to the WhatsApp group, there are other links underneath it. So each of those links takes you to a Google Drive that has, each of those links takes you to a Google Drive that has different area. One of the links takes you to Excel, another one takes you to PowerPoint, another one takes you to MS Word, another one takes you to Power BI. Right? All you just have to do is click on the link.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you very much. I really thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So any other question? Is there any other person that would like to ask a question? Somebody is saying, I cannot hear anything. These people here, don't they know how to use Zoom? For you to be here, you should know how to use Zoom now. She's saying I should put volume. Guys, can you hear me? Hope you can hear me loud and clear, everyone. Okay. So in the absence of any other question, I would like to quickly introduce you guys to something very, very amazing, right? Now, okay, yes, everybody say they can hear me. They can hear me loud and clear. So in the absence of any other question, I would like to, introduce you guys to something very, very, very amazing. And what I'm trying to introduce to you today is the next batch of our data analysis course. So Digital World Tech Academy has a full packaged data analysis course. And the data analysis course is everything in this Excel program and more. So what we are doing in our data analysis course is Excel is not all, right? You're going to be getting full advanced Excel course. You're going to be getting full Power BI course, full SQL course, and Python essentials, right? Data analysis, all packaged together with Excel, Power BI, SQL, and Python essentials, all together in a full data analysis package. Now, This is for those of you that want to go the extra mile. This is for those of you that want to be a data analyst. You are not just interested in only advanced Excel, right? The people that want to go the extra mile, and it is everything inside this course and more. So we do this once in, let's say, a quarter, and this is the last batch for this year. The last batch for the data analysis this year, this is the last batch, right? So we are the class is going to be starting on the 11th of November. The class is going to start on the 11th of November, and registration is going to begin today, right? Tonight, we're going to be posting the registration details to all the groups where you can start registering for this data analysis batch. And the registration is going to close on the 8th of November. 8th of November. And this is the reason why. We are admitting 50 people into this data analysis batch, right? So 50 people are going to be in this batch. Now, unlike this class is a bit different from the data analysis batch, right? We have different groups of Excel. So people are going to join from these different groups to make up the people that are going to be in the data analysis batch. Now, the data analysis batch is amazing because it has a step-by-step guide, right? So there is a syllabus. We are teaching you live. It's not like, yeah, it's awesome because we have recorded videos that you watch from the drive. But in the data analysis batch, you are in a membership area, right? You have your own unique username and password you can use to access that membership area and watch the videos in that membership area. Now, when you are done watching the videos, there is a live session that we're still going to teach you these things step by step, following a syllabus, right? Following a syllabus, topic after topic. So you're going to learn everything in Excel. Some of you like to learn live. You're not very so good at watching recorded videos and all that. This is going to be what's going to help you. And it's going to cover a whole lot. So I'm going to take questions now about the data analysis batch, and any questions you might have about this data analysis that we're trying to start on the 11th of November. I'm going to take questions about it. Then that will be my time here. Quickly. Questions about the next batch of the data analysis that we are going to be starting on the 11th of November, right? It's going to cost 10,000 Naira only. 10,000 Naira only for the 50 people that are going to join. And it is also going to cost 200 Ghana cedis. 200 Ghana cedis. So 200 Ghana cedis. And it is a 12 weeks program, 12 weeks training, 12 weeks training that consists of 12 weeks training that consists of Excel, Power BI, SQL, and Python essentials. At the end of this data analysis course, you can come out and say, I am a data analyst, right? You can, and it does not stop there. We're also going to teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn page so that you can get jobs. We're going to show you how to get remote jobs for this data analysis that you are learning, right? Amazing one. Okay, so I'm open to questions now. Questions about data analysis, quickly. Raise your hand, not just in the chat box. Raise your hand, I will allow you on mute so that you can ask a question. Okay, let's make it snappy so that we can continue with the training. Okay, questions so that I can allow you on mute. Those of you that say you cannot hear me, connect your audio. Please, can you help me respond to the group or something? There are people here that say they cannot hear. They don't know how to connect their audio. Okay, quickly. Questions about the data analysis course? Questions? Okay, JB, William. Okay, so let me attend to JB first. The next will be William. Mr. JB, go ahead. You can unmute. Sorry, you can unmute again. Unmute, please. Unmute, JB.
Evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
You say it's Yeah, you say it's for 10,000 and for 12 weeks. That's 3 months.
Yes.
Okay, what days and what time?
Okay, so yes, the data analysis course currently holds on Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to be, this batch is going to be on the Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, 8 p.m.
Time.
8 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. It's twice a week. And if you are in that data analysis class, you don't have to come back to this Excel class again. Everything we are doing here, we'll teach it there and even more, right? This Excel class will still hold every Friday. It will still hold every Friday. It does not stop you. It will still hold every Friday. And this bonus of 10,000 naira registration is only for people that have gone through this Excel course, right? It's only for people that have gone through this Excel course. Okay. Okay, I've attended to JB. Let me go to William. William, you can unmute. William, you can unmute. William, you can unmute.
Yeah, good evening, Lex.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, actually, my question has been answered. I was looking at the timing also. I just wanted to find out so that it will be, I believe that it will be convenient for some of us. Since it's evenings, it's all right. And I think it's very convenient. Thank you.
Okay. Nice. Thank you, Abba. Thank you. Okay, Kazim, you can go ahead. Kazim.
Yeah, the SQL for analysis, I think this other one, is it not what we ought to have to use instead of the SQL?
Which one is that?
Or I want you to R and SQL.
Okay, SQL is for database. SQL
and R is what?
R is a programming language. So we use Python instead of R.
Okay, this time we use Python in lieu of R.
Yes, because Python is more accepted by most companies. Most companies use Python and understand how to use Python.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, Donald, right? If I'm correct. You can unmute.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I want to clear the participation and the facilitators as well. I don't know if you can make this this data analysis class to be 2 installment payment. I don't know because for me, I'm a student. I don't know.
Yes, you can pay in installments. You can pay. You can pay 5,000 naira, then balance 5,000 naira, or you can pay 100 cedis and then balance 100 cedis.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. All right. Let me take the next person. That's Reward Anthony. Reward Anthony. Reward Anthony.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening.
I want to thank you very much for the way you guys are handling this class. I think this course is cheap, honestly. For this kind of cheap amount, we are getting this kind of value. It's not gotten anywhere. So I want to thank you very much for this kind of opportunity. It's a good work that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I wish so many people have come to join this course so that they will have a digital skill to their CV. Thank you very much. I pray that God bless you guys.
Okay.
As for that, I just joined, and I just paid last week, and I just joined this class. I've not finished watching the videos. I think I'm watching them little by little. I'm not so good in computer for now. If it were to be phone, I know I can do enough, but now it's a system something, so I'm just practicing.
Okay.
Yeah. So now if I want to join the data analysis class, can I just from this one now and join that one
Okay,
immediately?
so yes. What
Won't
I'm
I
saying
finish
now,
here first?
you don't have to finish here first. What
Okay.
in the data analysis class, we are going to start from Excel again, right?
Okay.
We're going to start from Excel again live and take it step by step. I think one of the students of that class is even here right now. I think he joined here. That's Mr. Chikeze, right? Can you quickly indicate, let me allow you on mute so that you can talk about the experience in that class so that all these other people here that don't understand can get a peek. Mr. Chikeze Anthony, let me ask you to unmute. Please, can you quickly speak about your data analysis class quickly, a bit?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. You're surprised. Yes. You're surprised that I know that you're a student there, Abby.
Yes, I am. When you called my name, I was like, oh, so this boss has been seeing us. Okay. That's being said, the experience has been awesome. It's what a good friend can recommend to a good friend. You know, yeah. Actually, we started everything from scratch, from beginning, so that those ones you don't know. We actually started from Excel. So having the link to all those videos, when you watch the videos, then on Saturdays and the Sundays, we have live amazing class. This class, when you come, everything is being taught from scratch, step by step. And the structure is being outlined. Not maybe any day you want to class because the instructor will just pick any topic he wants to. No, the outline is already laid down and it is being followed judiciously. And that outline is being, this one will give birth to this one will give birth to this. See, in fact, it's being judiciously dealt with. So I will actually advise anyone, if you want, if those of us, if you can afford it, it's something that you will do. You will never, I'm telling you, you will never regret it. You will not.
This man
so
is
the price is not being gotten anymore. Yes, I am a living testimony. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming around. Thank you. Okay, so we have Anthony, Reward Anthony. Reward Anthony. Let me allow you on mute quickly. My time is up. After Anthony, I'll take one more person. Mr. Akim is signaling me. I want to continue his class. Okay, continue.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have spoken before.
Okay.
I have spoken before, and okay, in that class, let me ask this question. In the class, do we have assignment? Because there is this
assignment.
Because if we don't have assignment to be practicing.
Let me warn you. If you are lazy, don't join. No. Don't join. Because in the data analysis class, there is accountability. Now, we know that so many people are busy. So some people here, some of them come to class, some of them don't come, some of them do assignments, some of them don't do, right? In that class, there is accountability. You have to do your assignment. You have to come to class. The recorded videos, we give you tests. At the end of the class, we're going to give you a test. So there is more accountability because we are trying to produce, see what Mr. Okeze is saying. If I was not so sure, me and him have never spoken before, one-on-one. But if I was not so sure that the experience is good, I would not call him to talk about it to you guys, right? So we're trying to replicate that in every single person. So the experience is, in fact, we discourage people that are not really ready to learn to join. Don't join. If you are I just want to have idea, you don't need to join. This is for people that are ready to become data analysts and they're ready to go in deep. right? Okay, so
thank you very much.
all right. So let me ask Mr. John. Mr. John, quickly, then the last person will be William. Mr. John.
Oh,
okay.
Thank you so much. I don't know how is my audio this time around. Is it clear enough?
It's still breaking now.
Yeah, it's just on the timing. I wanted to speak on the timing.
Okay.
You mentioned 8 p.m., right?
Yes.
You mentioned 8 p.m., right?
Yes, 8 p.m.
Okay.
8
I
p.m.
wanted to, yes, I wanted you to clarify, you know, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, so that people,
Sorry,
the
yes.
non-Nigerians will be able to align,
Okay,
align themselves.
8 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. Ghana time. Sorry about that. I should have said that. 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. Ghanaian time. Sunday and Saturdays. Last person to speak. Let me take William. William, please. William?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I mistakenly muted you back. Or mute again, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've spoken before,
Okay.
but there is need for me because during the discussion, there is one aspect I would want to have clarification. During one of the lessons, one of the support lessons, there were some questions asked, and the instructor said there are some particular versions of Excel, of a spreadsheet that if you don't have, there are certain things you will not be able to do.
Yes.
So in the data analysis course, which is the recommended version of Excel?
2021. Excel 2021.
So if you have 2016, you may not be able to cope.
If you have 2016,
yeah,
you would have most of the functions, but there might be one or two functions you would not be able to access if you have 2016. So what I would advise is, if your laptop can run 2021, can run 2016, it can also run 2021. Just take it to
2021,
any of these software engineers. They are just going to install
engineers.
2021 for you, so that you have the full experience, and we're not having this back and forth.
That's all right. Thank you very much.
All right.
That was a clarification.
All right. Ella, Mr. Akin, please. Ella, let me just take Ella. Ella, you can unmute quickly.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Good evening.
Yeah. Please, from the beginning, I couldn't hear anything that you taught. I don't know if the video can please, I'm begging, will be sent to the advanced page tomorrow. Is it possible?
Yes, it will. I promise. Okay. I will make sure that the video of this class is sent before 8 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. It's been so wonderful having this time with you guys. And I hope to see you again in the data analysis class. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night. Mr. King is coming up now.
Yes, sorry for that.
Sorry.
Okay, let's continue. Let me now take question on the pivot table now, so that we can round up this class and we will see again next week. Any question on the pivots before we round up? And if you have any other question, you can just raise your hand so that I can attend to your question. Any question on the pivots? Okay, Mr. JB, please unmute.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, when you drop the filter file, or what do you call it?
When I drop what?
Drop it. What is this called? When you go up insert. When you click insert,
yes,
got the pivot table. Then this place you were selecting, that's under the pivot table fields. You were picking quantity, selling price, cost price, and taking it down to either filter, column, rows, and values.
Yes.
My question is, how do you know where to take each of those items in?
Okay, that's fine. Now, if you let's say you need anything that deals with values, let's say numeric values, right? So anything that deals with numeric values, you put it in values, right? So we have the rows and we have the column. Right now, you see that I put my gender, I put the gender in the value field, right? I put the gender in the value field, right? In the column field, because I need it to be at the top. It will be under columns. These are our columns, right? So it will be the headers. So we have female and male. So let's say I need the product in the column. I'll just put my gender in the row. So you see I have my product, I have my gender in the row, product one, male, female, right? I can put my product in the column, right? I can have my product one, product 10, product like this. So it depends on where you want it to be. So if you want your information to be on the column, which is to be on the column like this, column A, column B, column C, just like that, you put it under column. Anything that deals with numerical value, you put it under value. So if you need it to be on the rows, right, like row 1, row 2, like this, you put them in the rows, right? And if you want to use them as filter, you want to use them as filter, just like the way I did for my country. You can bring your country here and you have it in your filter. So you'll be able to select. I hope that answers your question. Okay, we have Madam Muna. Muna, do you want to say anything to me? Because you are calling Mr. Kim. Do you have anything to say? Muna, Mr. John. Muna, please, if you have anything to say, just indicate so that I can allow you to speak. It's been a while. Did you run away? Good evening.
Mr. Kim, good evening, sir.
Yes,
How are you today, sir?
I'm great.
It's been quite interesting and excited being in this class today, I must say.
Thank you.
I raised 2 questions in the course of the class. Number 1, I wanted you to shed more light. Then the second question.
More light on what? You are breaking. I should shed more light on what?
On the pivot table, okay. You had to lock the.
How to lock what?
Let's look up.
I can hardly hear you. You are breaking. You are breaking, sir. Please, I will.
The difference between VLOOKUP.
Okay, the difference between VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP, right?
XLOOKUP.
Okay. Okay, those are your 2 questions, right?
Yes, that's number 1. Then the second one is, yes, if you locked some of those formulas on the pivot table, how did you do that?
I locked some of those formula, right? You are breaking. Yeah, but I think I get your question. So I'm going to answer your 2 questions now. I'm going to answer your question. Let me quickly take Madam Muna, then I'll answer your question, then we call it a day. Madam Muna, long time.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Kim.
Just
we'll do 2 aside. Our talk is 2 aside. It's not
here. You want to toast me, Abby? Hope you have money.
Hey, I don't want to break my head.
You want to toast me, Abby? No problem.
No, Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, no. Mr. Kim, please, I joined the class late. Mr. Please, can you put more light to what Mr. Lex, right? The one that what he just like talked about.
Okay.
Please.
No problem. No problem. Thank
All
you,
right.
ma. Yeah.
Thank you.
You are
Thank
welcome. You can also call me on phone if you have any other question. But let me quickly take the first question, or let me take Madam Muna's space, so because I won't spend much time on that. So the last batch of data analysis for this year, right? We are starting the registration today, and it's going to end on the 8th of November. So in this data analysis, just like the same way you've heard Mr. Chikeze, my daddy is also here. My daddy is also part of our data analysis, but they will soon round up now. They are actually part of the data analysis, but they will soon round up. Mr. Chikeze is also here. Madam Olarunke, I think she has left. Madam Olarunke has left. We have a lot of people in the data analysis that are still here. Mr. Ebel also is here. So the data analysis, you are going to learn starting from the basics of Excel. So we assume, because I know it's not everybody that will have time to go through the video, and it's not everybody that will go through the video, because some people cannot learn while watching the video, so they will prefer we do it in live class, right? So that's why we come up with the full data analysis, where we are going to learn Excel, Power BI, MySQL, and Python Essential. Let's be clear, Python Essential, right? So you're going to learn that. So with that, you'll be able to, under that, you'll be able to learn over 55 Excel formulas. You'll be able to learn over 55 Excel formulas in live class, though we have them in recorded video that you can go through. If you don't understand it in class, you have them in recorded video. And we also drop the replay of the class. Also, after the class, we drop the replay. Then you have you'll learn data manipulation, which is what we've been doing with all these using Excel. You learn data manipulation. You will learn data visualization, data analysis, how to analyze data with pivot table, how to create your dashboard, how to make your dashboard responsive, and the like. We will learn that. And after that, you'll learn data cleaning with Power Query. Inside Power BI, you'll learn Power Query. After that, after Power Query, you are going to learn modeling, data modeling, also how to create relationships between your data. You will learn that. Then after that, you will learn data visualization in Power BI. Also, you will learn data visualization. Then after your data visualization, you are going to learn database with MySQL. So we are going to talk about database with MySQL. Then after that, you are going to learn Python Essentials. Some things you can do with Python, though Python is a whole course on its own. We have Python for data analysis and data science, and we have Python for web design and web development, rather. So we have Python for that, but we are just going to learn the Python Essentials in this course. So those are what you are going to learn, and it's going to be for, I think it's 12 weeks, every Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 10 p.m. So for those that are in the data analysis class, they know what we are talking about, right? So you have assignments, like Oluwa said, if you don't, if you are lazy, you will not, I would not advise you to join, because you have assignments, and the assignment is what will be your continuous assessment for your certificate. You are going to get certification. So if you get data analysis certificate, you don't actually need this Excel certificate, because they know data analysis actually comprises of Excel also. So you will learn all those ones in data analysis, and it's just 10,000 naira to join. And this is our last batch for this year. Before another batch now will be next year, probably, I don't know, probably the first quarter of next year or the second quarter. I don't know when the next batch will come, but this is the last batch for this year. You get. So that's that about that, Madam Luna. Then going to Mr. This other man question. So XLOOKUP, the difference between XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP, I think we are still going to do it in another class where I will show you the difference, because it's not something, it's practical, it's not something that I can talk about, but I'll just talk about it in like a few sentences. So VLOOKUP can only look up from left to right, right? So we can only use VLOOKUP from left to right, whereby XLOOKUP can look from left to right or from right to left. And XLOOKUP is like the best. It's more easier to work around with. So with VLOOKUP, you still need to learn something called if error, right? To do some other things. Right? So you still need to learn if error. But with XLOOKUP, there's already if error there in XLOOKUP. So there are still more advantage using the XLOOKUP than VLOOKUP. So that is number one. Then about locking cell, we have three different types of cell reference, which is absolute cell reference, relative cell reference, and mixed cell reference. So that will be in another class entirely. I'll talk about them. So it's in another class entirely, not in this. It's not something that I can explain with mouth. It's in another class entirely. So I think that is that about that. That's that about that. So any other question or questions? If you have question before we call it today, just raise your hand, let me know. Then after that we can call it today. Okay. So if nobody is raising and I assume there is no question, feel free to call me on phone if you have any other question you want to ask. Feel free to send me your message. Feel free to send me your question on WhatsApp if you have any question. And we'll take it up from there next week if you have any other questions. Daddy, I'll be expecting you in class tomorrow and Monday. My daddy. I'll be expecting you, Mr. Chikiti. I'll also be expecting you in class tomorrow and Sunday, and other people that are in the data analysis class. So thank you, and have a wonderful night rest.